was the First Lady of the Republic of China, the wife of President Jiang Jieshi. Sonng played a prominent role in the politics of the Republic of China and was the sister-in-law of Sonng Ling, the founder and the leader of the Republic of China. She was active in the civic life of her country and held many honorary and active positions, including chairman of Fujian Catholic University. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, she rallied her people against the Japanese invasion, and in 1942, conducted a speaking tour of the United States to gain support. In Shanghai, Mei-ling attended the military school for girls. Her father, who had studied in the United States, arranged to have her continue her education in the U.S. in 1907. She attended private school in Summit, New Jersey, and spent the year in Demarest, Georgia. Mei-ling was officially registered as freshman at Wesleyan in 1912. At the age of 15. She then transferred to Wellesley College. She graduated from Wellesley as one of the 33 Durand Scholars on June 19, 1917, with a major in English literature and minor in philosophy. For nearly 50 years, Madame Sonng Mei-ling was one of the most powerful women in the world. She was neither president nor ruler of China, but for women of her time, she played an extraordinary role in the world fair. In the end, she triumphed over every adversity to place China at the heart of world fairs, at a time when it would have otherwise been on its knees. For a time, she held the fate of millions in her hands. She was the greatest leader China had never had. Not only Mei-ling served as a bridge between foreigners and the Chinese, she also advocated for human rights. She devoted her life to helping women, children, the poor, and laboring people, and to building a strong China.
I know you would like to know what part the women of China will take in the future to help the government to realize its aims. Up to the present, the women of China have lived a more or less sheltered life. They have been noted for their patience, their modesty, their self-sacrifice, and their ability to efface themselves. In other words, up to the present, they have fulfilled the role of mothers. But Dr. Sun Yat-sen, in his 3 principles of government, has given women economic and given women economic and political independence. And the women themselves have been quick to realize that with this new privilege, they must fit themselves for their new responsibilities.
For me, cosmopolitanism means someone who is widely traveled, is familiar with a variety of cultures and types of people and customs and ways of life. He or she is basically free of prejudices and stereotyping traits. My hometown is in Shanghai, which is a metropolitan area, and then I studied abroad in the United States. I think I have very mix of cultures and lifestyles, so I'm generally quite cosmopolitan in outlook. Cosmopolitans are outward-going, broad in outlook, and accepting of all the differences which apply to the human race, whatever it may be. To be a cosmopolitan, people will learn to respect people's differences, so that people from different backgrounds can embrace the same ideals, which will make the world a better place. I was affected between traditional Chinese values and also the deeply American values that was all around me. That is very obvious, but eventually I decided for myself, because that's what growing up is about. I learned a lot from Western culture and ideas. It's like opening a window to a different world. I use these ideas to help me promote my cause, but also I'm deeply proud of the Chinese culture. Conversation helps to give the answer about the values. We can live in harmony without agreeing on underlying values, and we may find conflicts when we agree on values. Conversation is a tool to respond to these questions. But conversation does not necessarily lead to consensus. Well, it helps people get used to one another. So in one word, it is not about right or wrong. We should respect the differences.